2 eyes right there. Be like an eel.
Yeah, it has to be eyes.
I'm so
Hi. Wait, what's her name? What's your name? Hey, what's her name?
Hi.
What's your name? I wanna. Is there any name that you want to be called, or are you okay with that sort of just embodied existence without categorization?
Creature.
Creature. Wow. Oh my gosh. Do you want to tell me more about yourself, Creature? Tell me more about yourself if you want.
I live in the sea.
Oh my god, which sea? I know some seas.
Mm.
Which sea do you live in?
The Atlantic.
Wow, oh my gosh. I kind of from the Pacific, so like I feel like we have like diverse like experiences to bring to the table.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh my gosh. What do you like to eat, Creature?
Bacteria.
Oh my god, wait, what kind of bacteria? I like love bacteria.
Yummy bacteria.
Wait, me too. I really like yummy bacteria. Wait, I think whoa, what kind of yummy bacteria do you like eating?
I don't know their names.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, there aren't names for everything, that's true. Okay, well.
They're just yummy.
They're yummy. Okay, so this Creature will be joining us. So Creature will be joining us in addition to this beautiful picture / this beautiful being of corn. Do you want to share with us, Alex or Creature, where this picture is? I think I might have remembered it from a journey together.
Yeah, so this picture is a print by an artist named J.B. Thomas, and it's called She Feeds the World. And it was from a journey that we took together to a powwow recently in Kahnawake. And I was really drawn to it because I felt like it embodied not only the spirit of the food, but also the way that, I don't know, say that all the ancestral lineages of women who have prepared food for a really long time as well. So sort of like an embodiment of the divine element of corn, the spirit of corn, but also just the way that it's also now, even in the artist's own words, just now that it's used as a staple food in a lot of parts of the world that corn is not necessarily native to. So corn is a food that has spread partly as a result of colonialism throughout the world.
Yeah, that's so real with the Philippines because, since Spanish colonialism in like the 1490s, and Spanish colonialism also being like impacting Turtle Islands, there was a connection in the process of Turtle Island being colonized and the Philippines being colonized by Spaniards culinarily, and so there's corn in the Philippines, and actually there are varieties of corn that are categorized as indigenous varieties of corn in the Philippines. Even though in some ways maybe that corn isn't indigenous, even though it's been in the Philippines, which is more than 7,000 islands that have been differently impacted by colonialism, but like Luzon specifically, where most of my family is from, like there are parts of Luzon where people will say, oh, this is an indigenous variety of corn, and it's corn that's been in Luzon for 500 years, at least 500 years. But that was 500 years ago that it started to come to the Philippines. Corn started to come to the Philippines because of like a Spanish connection between Turtle Island and the Philippines that was made. But also it's far beyond, I think, colonialism, because far before Spaniards colonized or Spaniards started the process of changing Turtle Island and the Philippines in the ways that Spaniards did, there were people who were tending to and caretaking, growing, giving life to corn and fields far before that, and that is the legacy that allows for there to be corn anywhere in the world. It's not just like a Spanish power deciding to like grow corn in the Philippines. Like Filipino people worked with the earth to grow corn in the Philippines after it was introduced to the Philippines, and far prior to Spaniards introducing corn to the Philippines, there were people indigenous to Turtle Island who were growing with their own labors and their own bodies corn, and that's the legacy that allows for there to be corn in the Philippines. And now it is seen as indigenous to different parts of the Philippines, even though it was more indigenous to, in some ways, in many ways, maybe in all ways, Turtle Islands. But yeah, it's really interesting how I feel like there is a re-indigenization process, or just a way that certain like life forms can become seen as indigenous to a place after it's been intentionally planted in a place for long enough. And yeah, maybe as like a last note to that in relation to bacteria, like something that's also really exciting about bacteria for me is like how bacteria can thrive under such a variety of circumstances that you might not imagine they could survive or thrive in, and like how that relates to the adaptability of people to move across the globe in the ways that people have been moved across the globe under different conditions of like internment or of like slavery or like of different forced ways, but still can adapt to new environments is like very, I think, powerful. And I feel like the way that bacteria can also adapt in like an enormous range of environments, even environments that are vastly different from the initial environment they were birthed or grew up in, is really a testimony to like more broadly how other life forms can adapt and like survive and thrive in different environments. And like I think corn is like a beautiful testament to that too, because corn is thriving in parts of the Philippines and people are being like given life to and nourished very deeply by corn, which is a staple grain now in addition to rice and other grains. But yeah, corn is really amazing.